Greetings and welcome to another edition of Masterpaint Theatre. I know, you're waiting for reviewing a Reviewer 13, but bear with me. Retro Gamer 3 isn't easy to take in anything but small doses. Actually, there's no reviewer that's easy to sit and watch for hours on end, but I digress. Today I want to talk to you about fictionpress.com, a website considered a sister site to fanfiction.net. People go to Fiction Press for those rare times they don't want to rewrite Twilight in a way that allows Jake to end up with Bella. It's time for me to take a cyanide pill. I made another Stephenie Meyer reference. I'm back! I decided to kill myself with today's entry instead. Haley Dawson. She's an aspiring writer whose first attempt at writing sits right before us, begging for a reader. Any reader. Unfortunately, her entry has gone unnoticed, unrated, and untalked about because there's just too much literature, and I do use the term literature very loosely here, that goes into Fiction Press on a daily basis. Well, I chanced upon her script just a few days ago when she first put it up, and thus tonight's episode was born. As always, here's where you can find this gem if you'd rather read along and not see my cartoony representation. The spotlight is yours, Haley. This is Steal Away, the first story of a writer you'll never read again. The peaks of the mountain slowly started to devour Thessiding sun. Yeah, this is a wonderful start. I can see the publishers all scrambling to pick up the rights to this already. Telling me another summer day has gone... Yes, Morshu moment there. Summer day has come and gone away. The gentle breeze pushes my hair first person. Far, far away from me, like it pushes the leaves away from their trees. The golden sun, trademark, made the mansion and its surroundings look like something from a fairy tale. The rivers running clear, and the brackens gold in the sun. With horses running freely through the green pastures, some of its inhabitants, like Mother and Peter, seem to, most days, take all the warmth and happiness and twist it into cold bitterness. Take all the warmth and happiness and twist it into cold bitterness. Whew. Days like those ones never forget to remind me of how desperately I wanted to steal away. Though I am not strong enough to even make beyond our hills surrounding the estate without guilt and cowardness. Cowardness pulling me back. Or maybe it was the fear of not knowing what lies beyond the rolling English hills. I shiver as I hesitantly head down and look at my reflection of myself. I look at my reflection of myself in the still pond. The fair skin of my face was disrupted by a red mark covering most of my right cheek, just most of it. The result of arriving 15 minutes late for breakfast. God curse the breakfast that... Oh, wait, that's not in there. A strike across the face from my stepfather, Peter. Raising a shaking hand, I slowly and carefully place my fingertips to the... What the fuck is going on here? The blow had hurt, but I refused to let a tear escape from my eyes. I'm not going to give him the satisfaction, the bastard. But now, the stinging was overwhelming, and unwillingly a tear escaped the right eye and slid down my cheek. The cold tear soothed the burning hot flesh. I take a deep breath and slowly pull my hand away from my cheek. Taking another glance at my reflection, I'm just that, narcissistic. I picked up a small rock and dropped it into the still water. My reflection could barely be seen anymore because of the motion. No, really? You threw a rock in there and you didn't expect that, huh? It truly is incredible how something so small like a pebble can bother the entire pond. Not just part it Not just the part it had hit. Just a strike and a girl. Just like, god damn. Not just the part of it and hit, just like the strike and her. I should just do it in this. The hand had only hit her face, but bothered her. Yeah, he bothered her entire body. Walking away from the pond, the water is still rippling. God, get away from the pond already. I pull my wrap closer and take another bite out of my burrito. Around my shoulders and arms, wanting to stay outside as long as possible, though it was only midsummer. The ocean that rested at the edge of the property brought cool winds, no matter what time of year. I walked along the rough road leading out of the forest, and it wasn't until I stumbled that I realized it was only a couple of minutes before twilight. Woohoo! It's gonna be the opening of Twilight! Before twilight turned into absolute darkness, I quickened my pace and my breathing. It quickened its... I quickened my pace and my breathing. It quickened itself. I finally see a light in the darkness, and I guess it belongs to the stable? I pick up my pace even more. Pick up the pace. As the wind came on strong, and the rain started to, in a second, downpour. I raced against the rain, and by the time I reached the stable door, I was drenched to the bone. Drenched to the bone. Drenched to the bone. Drenched. I threw open the door and bombarded I just threw open the door and I bombarded all our... I took a shaky breath and walked down the corridors. The halls were empty. Some of the horses blinked sleepily at me. Hey, when was the last time a horse blinked sleepily at you? Oh, man. But most were asleep already. Yeah, except for the aforementioned horses that blinked sleepily at her. The stable boys must have retreated to their quarters? To their quarters? Quarters. To their quarters. Good Lord. I wandered through the halls and searched for Fedele. Fedele? Fedele. Hey, Fedele. My father's horse. Of course. Fedele, period, my father's horse. So, okay, my father's horse is a whole new sentence here, so, yeah. Not Peter's, my real father. Jesus Christ! God damn, no! This is illegible! This is completely... Let's try this again. Not Peter's, comma, my real father, James. Fedele is a beautiful Palomito thoroughbred, and was my father's companion. Or so I was told. Fedele, come to me. Fedele, come to me, and he gazed at me, as if trying to tell me something, while I petted his nose. I petted his nose, and you know, because everybody like pet the horse nose. Can I help you, miss? A voice said from behind, and Fedele turned into a human being, and I whipped around and saw a young man with golden hair. All right, I'm guessing this is going to be the love affair of this thing. Let's just go with it. He looked exhausted. He looked exhausted and worn out. There's really two ands there. He's only asking me because it's his job, not because he really gives a care, I thought. May I borrow a lantern? I asked quietly. May I ask why? He asked dryly. He must of saw Hello. We're going to pet a horse today. To get away from this horse, you're going to have to take this dynamite and shove it up your... He must have saw that I was taken aback, by his response, and he quickly covered it. I'm sorry, miss. Are you trying to get back to the house? Do you live there? I nodded. Who's saying what here? Oh, well, I'll go get you a lantern. And with that, he was off. Several minutes later, he returned. Miss, what are you doing in weather like this? He said quietly. Oh, miss, what are you doing in weather like this? Well, it would seem that I was out for a walk, and while returning from that walk, I got, caught in a rainstorm, I said, annoyed. Of course, annoyed. The emotions make so much sense. Don't you stable boys observe anything? Strange, isn't it? A girl soaking wet in a rainstorm? I used a shrilly laugh. I use a laugh. And right now I'm sure everybody can use a laugh. And a stable boy doesn't even offer his coat to the daughter of his mistress, God. You are the mistress, God? The golden boy, oh boy, didn't once take his eyes off me while he removed his coat, maybe showing me his blood-stained shirt? What the? Showing me his blood-stained shirt at the back? Oh, I'm terribly sorry, sir. I haven't exactly had the best day today. Really, I'm sorry I was like that. I'm sorry I was like that. Sorry I was like that. He smiled a smile that was rarely seen here. Smiled a smile that was rarely seen here. Don't worry about it, miss, he said as he helped me into his new coat. His new blood-stained coat. I want your fucking AIDS! Get your fucking bloodstained coat away from me, you bastard! I haven't of course! I haven't exactly had the best day today either. He handed me the lantern. Good night, miss, as he strolled down back the corner to his room. God damn. Alright, so now you know why this thing has gone unnoticed, because it's virtually unrateable. Alright, Haley Dawson, this was your one shot to impress, and impress you did. I had no interest in your characters, your plot makes no sense, you got a guy inexplicably bleeding for no reason other than apparently you like your blonde guy shirtless and bleeding, and I've no idea why she was slapped while studying her reflection in a pond. Overall, this is not going to make Oprah's Book of the Minute Club at any point in our remaining history on this Earth or any other planet. And a good 20,000 years from now, your computer will be found and your script will be the sole reason future societies will go around believing we were nothing but a bunch of vulgar, stupid apes concerned with little more than hot, bleeding stable boys. Thank you. We, like Neanderthal and Cro-Magnon continue to do to us, manage to potentially punk future scientists who'll still go, what the hell is this savage scribbling? Just dump it in there with this box full of Tweeligets. They all roughly translate to the same. How peculiar these beings manage to keep their species alive. It's a mystery to us, and it shall always be. Haley Dawson, you have a bright future ahead of you. Might want to step back from that heat lamp, kiddo. Till next time, dear viewer.